friends, welcome back to the ToolScouter shop. We've got a video today that's going to be a little bit different than several of them. We are going to have a cleanup or a little restoration at the end, but for right now there's a couple of follow-up items I want to talk about. One of them is this little lantern right here. I have some of the best viewers in the world. I love it when you guys chime in and give me new information and help me do some learning. And one of you guys noticed something that I wasn't even paying attention to. And so I want to bring you down here to look at that here in just a minute. But first of all, several people throughout the last year or two have been mentioning how full my wall is getting. And as though that's a problem. Well, to me it's not a problem. The wall just keeps evolving a little bit. For the most part it's going to stay this way, and there's a lot of tools up there that are very collectible that are just going to stay there. But every so often I'll move things out or pull something off. But I also want to show you over here what I'm doing with some of those tools I'm pulling off of the wall and replacing with some of the new ones. So come on over here and check it out. So I got the idea of doing what one of our famous franchises, a restaurant we like to go to that has all the tools hanging from the ceiling. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if we can't just start doing that and give them a place to stay and also be able to show them. So let me show you what we've got here. Here's several of our tools right there up there on the wall. I also took and hung this hoe up here. And then we've got this Yankee screwdriver that's up here. Also have a wire stretcher or a fence stretcher here, and then a little pruning shears. And then coming over here, we've got a shovel up there on the wall, and these scythes have been up there on the wall for quite some time. But now on the ceiling we have this shovel. It's a number 1 size. Or was it a 0? It was a 0 size. It's a little smaller. Most shovels are number 2. Also have another fence stretcher right there, the red and blue. That wood handle is a spoke puller to pull spokes into place for a wheelwright. And then we've got a fence tool up there. And then finally, we have a hammer and anvil for slate roofing. And so I've started to collect and put some of these tools from the ceiling, and I'll probably keep doing that while we keep evolving the wall. And I also have another shovel right up here in front of the sign of Grandpa's place. So little by little we'll keep collecting, and as I said, the wall will be evolving, but we'll also be putting some of these tools up on the ceiling. All right, it's this lantern right here, and I'll bring you down here to give you a little bit closer look. This was the one that had the hole in it. See that hole right there a little more clearly than you could on the other video. I'm going to try to clean all this up, remove the galvanizing without enlarging that hole at all. Maybe put some tape on the inside and then put some JB Weld on there. I'm hoping that will work. If you don't think that'll work, if I need to brazen it, I can look for somebody that can help me do that. I still think the brazing won't stick unless that galvanizing is moved. Solder, I don't know if I'm good enough to keep it from running into the tank, so I'm not really sure. I didn't know if I could get some of that tinfoil tape and put it on the inside and then solder. So anyways, let me know what you think. I think right now I'm leaning towards a JB Weld. This should not get hot at all down in here. And what I'm planning to do is JB Weld this here, and then we'll remove the burner in here, and I'm going to fill the tank. Once that's JB Weld is in there, I'm going to fill the tank with evapo-rust and clean the tank out really well. And then several people have talked about this sealer that they use for motorcycle gas tanks that I could put in there. So I'll be looking for some of that, trying to fix that up. But I had a viewer, his YouTube name is Gunslinger 10mm, and he was very observant and saw those numbers right there on the lantern in the other video. So let me show you. I think most of these up here are the pat numbers, But if you look right there, that's an S, which stands for Syracuse, New York. There's a dash, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well. There's a 1 and then a 43. So is that January 1943? Is this lantern that old, from Syracuse, New York? It looks and appears that way. If you know more about this than I do and know that I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. But I was so appreciative to him for noticing that. I guess I didn't know where to look, and I thought it would be more prominent than this. But right there it is, and I am so grateful. So since this seems to be an original, I think it's worth taking the time to clean it up, and so we'll do that on a future video. For today though, to wrap up this video, I found this, and I think I showed this on one of my other videos when I was at the flea market, and that's this awl, a punch awl, a scratch awl. 357 Magdad calls it a pokey thing. That is a great way to refer to it. But there's some rust, looks like it's been, what do you call that when it's been plated with chromed, and it's starting to peel up a little bit. So I'm hoping we can clean some of that up, clean up this shaft, fix that point. Instead of doing it this way, let me bring you down here on the bench and let's take a closer look at it. Here we go. You can see that tip, how it needs a little bit of help. It needs to be cleaned up. This right here says Craftsman. Oh, do I have it upside down? I do. There we go. It says Craftsman with some other numbers there. Well, I guess it just says made in the USA. But this looks like it's been chromed and starting to come loose a little bit. I'm hoping we can clean that up and maybe polish it up a little bit. The handle, the integrity of the handle is really good. I think I just want to give it a light sanding. Maybe put some, looks like it's got some shellac on there. I don't know. But maybe put it into some liquid, what do you call it? The linseed oil. Kind of give it some moisture. It's neat that this goes all the way through. It looks like it's got a punch plate here on the back. We'll clean that up, but you can hit that and use that very efficiently. So let's get over here to the conditioning belt and start there, and we'll see where we go from there. There we go, all finished up. I think you can read that Craftsman right there, made in USA. And here at the end it says F, so I'm not sure. WF meant Western Forge, so I'm not sure what that copyright or what that insignia means there. If you guys know, let me know. The back still has the tarnish from, I didn't take it all the way down. It's very smooth. You can't feel it, but you can see it. I do intend to put this on the wall and display it, but I'll probably even use it. It is very, very comfortable. The handle was very red. A lot of that came out here on the sanding block. I like these foam. It's almost like a memory foam sanding blocks. Sanded that down just a little bit, put some moisture on it, and it's very, very comfortable. The tip, I don't know if we can, how well we're going to see that. That came out really nice. So you can see that there, and it'll be very easy to be able to put a point. And I'm not sure how this would scratch on steel, on metal. I presume it was made for that as well, but I'll probably use it more than likely with leather and wood. But I really like how it turned out. Well, there we go. Got a nice little awl. It's a Craftsman. Polished up that striking plate there. And I don't think it's a plate. I think it actually goes all the way through. And it really is in good shape. Cleaned up that shaft and that point, and it looks like it's going to be great. And I said something about cleaning it up to use, but to tell you the truth, over here beside the bench, I have two Craftsman awls that I would probably use. It's kind of interesting. This one here is a more blunt. This one here seems to be smaller. I thought they were both the same, but they do look like they're a little different. I'll have to look at the numbers, see if they're any different. But this is what I usually use when I'm going to be doing something. So we will put this one, give this one a home up here on the wall to be able to display it proudly. So let's go ahead and put it up here. And there we go. Be able to, if we want to use it, we can. But for the most part, be able to share it with anybody else. And those of you who watch the video, it'll just be part of the wall. So thanks so much for stopping by, guys. As I mentioned earlier in the video, it is great to correspond with you. So many of you point out things, sometimes little things that nobody else noticed. One person said, "Hey, I love the little square nails that you use on the wall." and probably others have noticed it too, but never thought about commenting on it. They're horseshoe nails, and I thought they looked vintage and would fit right into those things on the wall. But then somebody mentioning those dates, I didn't even know where to look. I had read some about it, and I had looked around for, I just didn't look real well. And one of you guys picked it out and pointed it out, and I'm so pleased about that, and we'll be able to do that as a project too. So guys, if you have any comments, any ways that you think are best to fix that up, if you think some of the ways that I mentioned, the three things was, I think I've got a friend that could brazen, or at least, is it TIG? I think he's a TIG welder. I don't know if that's the best way to go on such thin metal, but it may be. He uses it to fix up tractors and the shrouds and stuff, all the fenders and things like that on his tractor. So that might be a good way to go. The other way would be with solder, electric solder, which I'd have to clean that up real well, make sure it's nice and clean so it'll stick well, or a JB weld, which again I'd have to clean up pretty well as well. So let me know what you think would work best. Don't be offended if I don't use your idea. I'll try to compile them and see what I think will work nice. The bottom of that shouldn't get hot, so I should be able to use a JB weld if I want to. Some people claim that you can take a motor engine and a bolt or that is stripped, you could fill it with JB Weld, re-drill it and tap it and it'll hold. I don't know if I would trust that, but some people claim that you can do that. But anyways, let me know what you think, and if there's anything else you have questions about, I'll try to answer them the best I can. It's great to have you stop by, and as always, guys, here's to you, and I hope you have a great day, and God bless each and every one of you.